Here we go.
Well, hello everybody. Sorry for the technical glitches, but I'm on here with two first-time blabbers, Valerie and Elmira. So we were working out the kinks before we went live. And so I'm Samantha Pointer-Foxx. I'm the technology coach and organizing guru with Get It Together. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners become tech savvy and digitally organized. And over there is Valerie Priester. She's the mindset lady. And down below is Elmira Loftin. She's the relaxation coach. So I'm going to let each lady introduce themselves and we'll get started.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Hi, guys. I am Valerie Priester, CEO and founder of Victorious Life Coaching, and I work with women helping to awaken their inner spirit and confidence so they can have a whole life experience, one filled with peace, joy, happiness, self-validating habits, authenticity, and stability. I am known as the Mindset Lady.
Now, Myra.
Hey everybody, I'm Elmira, your relaxation coach with another touch massage. I actually help entrepreneurs and musicians get more creative, get more productive, and simply take care of themselves. And I'm getting some, I don't know, I hope you're able to hear me because I'm getting a lot of breaking up on my end, but I can see y'all fine and everything.
I can hear you. It's just probably just the internet connection, but I can hear you.
Okay, so I have to have my headpiece on. I don't like my headpiece on, but I'll keep it on. Because I was trying to Periscope, and of course nobody can hear, so I'm gonna be able to do that. Yeah, it's okay. I had to get off Periscope because they're like, we can't hear what the other ladies are saying, but that's all right.
Come over to blab.
Yeah. Let's get
started.
Let's get rocking and rolling.
So 2016, we want to start it off right. And I think one of the most important things going into 2016 is having your mind right, especially when it comes to business and personal, just having your mind together and throwing out some of the old things we tend to hold on to that holds us back. So Valerie, can you give us some tips on how we can change our mindset going into 2016? Just I'll let you take it there.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you today about 7 actual steps that you can take to help with your personal growth, getting your mind right? As Samantha said, everything starts in our mind. So understanding that if you're not having the right thoughts, if you're not, believing in yourself, it doesn't matter what you're trying to attempt in your life, be it your business, your family, your marriage, whatever it is, your career, it has to start with the right mindset, right? You have to start with believing and knowing that you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So I want to share with you briefly 7 steps to personal growth, right? Personal development should be like the number one thing on your list for 2016, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. Even if you are, just living your life and you want to be the best wife or the best husband, or you want to be, the best manager in your career or leader in your career. Personal development has to be the first thing on your list. So when you're making that list up, and I hate New Year's resolutions, right? Hate them. Don't make them. Just when you're making the list of your goals are better than New Year's resolutions. Make sure at the top of that list, you have personal development, because you need to develop your mind, right? And so that's what I'm all about, is that mindset lady. So 7 ways to help you really, really develop your mind and your personal development. The first one is you need to be aware of your current situation. So you need to measure where you are. And how I want you to do that is I want you to take like a typical day and write out, whatever comes to your mind about your typical day. Here's what it may sound like. If you're starting out your day, you wake up in the morning, right? You're getting ready for work, or you're getting ready to go to work in your business. You might start out with, a thought that says, you have to get up for work, and you hate this job. You hate getting up early, right? Write that thought down. When you're in the shower, you may be thinking, oh, how am I going to pay my light bill? Or how am I going to pay, this bill? And I still have to go to work, and I can't pay the bills and also be able to hang out with my friends. Write that thought down. While you're driving to work, you may think that, oh, I love my car, right? You may be excited about your car. You may really love your car. Write that thought down too. And then going home, right? When you get home, you may find out that your little puppy, your baby, as I call mine, baby, may have peed on the carpet, right? So you're going to have a negative thought about that as well. Write that thought down. And while you're, when you get home and you're watching TV and you're sitting there and you're thinking that there has to be more to life than this, write those thoughts down. When you write the thoughts down and you've gotten them all written down, the next step is I want you to rate each of those experiences that you have written down, right? Rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being a perfect rating, 10 being I am happy with that, I'm satisfied with that. And then, of course, the 1 and the 2s and the 3s, those are the things that you're not happy with about your life, right? So I want you to rate them and identify them. So anything that is rated below a 5, that's what I want you to focus on. Right? If it's a 5 and above, you don't really need to focus on that right now. It may be something that you will attempt later on, but the key things to focus in on are those things that are rated 1 through 4, right? Those are things that you really need to be working on. And so you need to understand, what is it that I need to do to create a 10 in those areas? So take those areas and look at them one by one. Let's say that one of the areas is that you want to lose weight, right? That you feel like you're carrying too much weight, and you may have rated yourself a 2, right? Well, when you want to lose weight, it has a negative impact on your confidence. It has a negative impact on your self-esteem, right? I know this is something I've struggled with like all my life. Weight, I've been up and down, up and down. I've probably done every diet on the face of the earth, right? And I know that when I'm carrying more weight than I desire to carry, it does have a major impact on my confidence and my self-esteem. So when you're looking at that, you want to make sure that you target in on that and say, okay, well, what can I do to make this a 10? What can I do to bring this rating up to a 10, right? So if you're looking at it, you want to start to make the plans on how do I do that? So one of your plans may be, I need to start moving more. I need to start exercising more. I need to really get honed in on self-care. Right? Our massage therapist, our relaxation coach is going to help you with that self-care, but you really need to get honed in more on self-care. What do I do to make sure that I'm taking care of my one body, my one temple that I have, making it the best that it can absolutely be? So that may be taking the small step and saying, well, I'm going to walk 15 minutes for 3 days a week, right? Don't make this like a huge commitment, because here's what happens to most of us. January 1st, right? We wake up with this list of resolutions, or New Year's resolutions, which is why I hate them. But we wake up with this huge list of what you're going to do. And January 1st, you're going to come out of the gate with, the first thing on your list is, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 3 months. Stop kidding yourself. You're not going to lose 50 pounds in 3 months, right? And then on the list, you probably have, I'm going to run, 5 miles a day, 5 days a week. No, you're not. No, you're not. Especially if you have not, participated in any type of exercise for the last 6 months, right? It's impossible for you to run 5 miles a day, 5 days a week. So be realistic about it. If it's only 15 minutes a day that you're going to walk for 3 days a week, it's a great start, because it's going to help you really get to the point where you can now rate that maybe a 3 or maybe a 4, maybe even get to the 5. Your goal is to rate it a 10. So take the small steps to change that, right? Don't try to take giant steps to do that, right? Someone's saying they don't hear me.
Yeah, I think it's his phone.
Oh,
I hear you.
You hear me? Okay. So take the small steps. Now, here's the other thing that you want to do. You want to consider the people that are in your life, right? This is number 4. Consider the people that are in your life. There are people that may be in your life that you may have to leave behind, right? It's unfortunate, but not everyone can go with you on the journey that you're on to get to your best. Not everyone can join you in your greatness, right? There's a place and a time and a season and a reason for everyone that's in your life. And sometimes the season ends. Sometimes you have to let go of people. Now, you can't let go of like your mom or your dad, right? You understand that because they're a part of your life and they have to be there. But you can rearrange and set boundaries, right, for people that are your family members that are not productive to your better well-being. Right. So you may have to limit your time that you're with them. You may have to limit the engagement that you have with them. But then there's some other people that they're not in your corner, right? They're not pulling for you. They don't believe in your vision and they don't want to see you succeed, right? And you know who these people are. You know who they are. We kid ourselves a lot of times and we try to say, well, I want to just hang on a little bit longer. I want to see this and the other, but you know who these people are and you know when it's time to let go. So you may have to let go of some of those people. Mm-hmm. Number 5 is this. What do you need? Right? So if you're on this journey for trying to lose weight, what do you need? What are some of the tools that you need to help you lose weight? Maybe you need a cookbook, right? Maybe you need a personal trainer. I have a bug flying. Maybe you need a personal trainer. You guys keep seeing me do that. I'm not crazy, I promise. Okay. So maybe you need a personal trainer. Maybe you need a gym membership. What are the tools and the things that you need to help you raise that 1 or 2 rating in that area to a 10, right? Figure out what that is and make a plan to get that. And then number 6 is this. Focus on your habits, right? Your current situation is a result of the habits that you've had for probably quite some time, not just over the last couple of weeks. You've probably had some of these habits for years. And because you have developed those habits, which are habits that are not helping you reach your goals or helping you be the absolute best that you can be, you got to focus on what are those habits and what is it about those habits that I need to change. Right? Identify that and identify what you need to change in your daily habits. Maybe you need to watch less television. Maybe you need to spend less time in front of the computer. Maybe you need to spend more time just doing something active. If you're looking at losing weight, get in action, start moving, right? And then number 7 is this. Learn how to be uncomfortable. Guys, change is uncomfortable. I don't care what it is that you're trying to change. It's going to be uncomfortable, right? It's not going to be comfortable for you to get up and say, well, I got to get dressed and it may be cold outside and I want to go outside and get my walk in or get my run in or I want to go to the gym or whatever it is. It's going to be uncomfortable. So you have to understand that staying in your comfort zone is going to keep you in the same place. So you have to be willing to give up the comfort zone and do whatever it takes to get you to the next point, right? So all of this starts with, what are you believing in your mind? What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you can do it, or are you doubting in your mind whether or not you can do it? And if you're doubting in your mind, if you're having negative thoughts that go against what you're trying to accomplish, that's what I can help you eliminate. That's what I can help you get rid of so that you can reach the goals that you want to reach in your life, not only in 2016, but years to come, right? So that's what I'm here for. That's why they call me your mindset lady. Those are my 7 tips for you. If you have any questions, let me know.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
I'm a fast talker, you know that.
Oh, just type them into the chat for other people to be able to see your 7 tips too. Absolutely. I'm making you work.
You are. I'm like, okay.
And you can find Valerie at victoriouslifecoaching.com. And she has a great program that will help you get your mindset right and get your life. And that is at victoriouslifecoaching.com /get your life. And we'll awesome. And we'll type that into the chat too. And Elmira just dipped out again.
Technology.
Yes, okay, yes. Coaching.com. And we'll type that into the chat. Does anyone have any questions for Valerie? If you do, just type /Q and give us your question before we move on.
And someone's still saying they can't hear me. How unfortunate.
I know. Well, we're taping this, so we're recording it. So hopefully the sound is coming out on the recording because I can hear everybody. Can you hear Elmira? Can you hear Valerie?
I can hear her.
Okay. Any questions? If not, we will move on to Elmira Loftin, who is the relaxation coach. And I'll let you tell us what tips you have for us going into the new year pertaining to self-care and anything else you want to discuss.
Okay, so hey everybody, you probably hear some background noise because I was out and about today, so so I had to pop in here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's kind of freezing, but I can hear you.
All right, so I'm Elmira. I am your relaxation coach and I'm like your licensed massage therapist with Another Touch Massage, and I actually help entrepreneurs and musicians become self-care bosses. So when we're looking at 2016 being the best year ever, I hear this all the time, especially from entrepreneurs and musicians too, telling me, I don't have enough time. I can't do this. I don't have enough time for a massage. I can't go there. I hear it all the time. And the thing is, one of the things I say is you have to put YOU on the schedule. It's those 3 letters, YOU. If you never put you on the schedule, how are you going to make it happen? So when you're looking at your schedule, you have to put yourself on the schedule. You know, if it's at Tuesday at 11 a.m., and you want to go get a manicure or you want to go get a massage, you love to run, you have to put those things on the schedule. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It's just the time is not going to magically appear. You have to put into action. You can't just assume it's going to happen. You know, you got to make those things occur. So I have 4 other things that I want to share with you. Like I said, the first one was putting you on the schedule. The second thing is you want to plan your vacation now. So a lot of times we put it off and say, oh, I'll get to that. But you need to put you on the schedule. Thanks for putting that in the chat box there. Plan your vacation now. So if you want to go somewhere next year, 2016 or even 2017, it's not too early to start planning that, because your vacation is your time to recharge. And I'm talking about a real vacation, not when you take some time off and you still work. I'm talking about a vacation where you play, you know, because that's what a vacation is. It's your playtime. So you want to make sure you are playing during your vacation. And this could be numerous things. If you want to go zip lining, if you've always wanted to see Egypt, whatever that vacation is, make sure you are playing. So that's number 2. Number 1, put YOU on the schedule. Number 2, plan your vacation right now, because if you don't put it on the schedule, it's not going to happen. Number 3, listen and answer the call when your body is calling you. Because a lot of times we might have this ache, this pain, you see this mole pop up, or you feel this tension, and you're just like, oh, it's just old age. I'm getting old. You know, I'm 32, I'm 45, I'm 57. You got to pick up that phone when your body calls you and it's telling you something is going on with your ankle, something is going on with your back, something is going on with your wrist. Listen, your body might be telling you you need a massage. It might be telling you you need to soak and some Epsom salt. You may need a doctor's visit, a checkup. Who knows? Listen when your body is calling you. Be very aware. And that's something that massage therapy helps you, is to become aware of what's going on with your body. And I'm talking everything in your body, not just the physical nature. You need to know when you can't see, or in your spirit and your mind as well. All of these things are part of your body. So you want to pay attention and answer the call of your body when your body is calling you. Yes, you're right. I think Casey said your gut is always right no matter what the brain says. Sometimes our mind can tell us something, but our intuition will speak and tell us, something different. We listen to the internal portion of us and not so much the external. I like that, Casey. Thank you for chiming in. I got two more things. Y'all know I'm always saying this. Date yourself. You got to date yourself, even if you are married. You've been married for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Date yourself. Find some time to go out solo and do the things that you love, because you will form a greater connection with the things that you enjoy doing. If you like to go out karaoke, that's something I love to do. And I don't care if I go out by myself or with a group of friends, I'm going to date myself and do that karaoke. So that's dating yourself. Dating does not disappear once you get married, or it's not for the single people, it's for married people too. You got to find time to date yourself, go to the movies, whatever it is you love to do, date yourself. Because if you don't know what's going on with you, how can you be friends? How can you connect even more with your spouse when you are not dating yourself first and learning how you are changing and growing? And the last thing, I like to call this the 24-hour lie. We all get caught up in this trap, especially as entrepreneurs. We think, oh, I got 24 hours in the day. That means I need to do it all. I need to schedule everything. I need to schedule from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I got everything. I want to go to this networking event. So what I'm saying is 24-hour lie is how you avoid over scheduling. Don't think that you have 24 hours in the day. Yes, you do, but you don't need to pack it with things. You don't need to pack it with all the variety of things that you can do. Avoid the overscheduling and don't put so much on your schedule. But going back to point number one, you want to make sure you are on the schedule, because a lot of times when we're overscheduling, we tell our friends, our family, our mom, our dad, our sister friend, our brother, the boyfriend, whoever, oh yeah, I can do that. I can help you out. I can take you there. I'm going to give you that ride. Yeah, I'm going to be at that party. Oh, yeah. And then you look at your calendar and you're like, what in the world? I got to take the kids here at 7. And then I got to be over across town at 9:40. This is, what did I sign myself up for? You're like, you didn't think about this when you said yes to all of these obligations, but you have overscheduled yourself. So avoid that. Make sure you're conscious of what is on your schedule before you agree to do something else. And like a lot of people always say, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to give people a reason. If it's something that does not fall in line with where you are now and being conscious, are you raising your hand? Being conscious of what is on your schedule right now. You can tell people no and maybe get back to them, and it may turn into a yes. So those are like my 5 tips for becoming a self-care boss. There's many more, and you can find me online at www.anothertouchmassage.com. I have a 2016 self-care starter package where you can start taking care of yourself now. It comes with a self-care boss assessment, also a goals and visions journal, and a 60-minute couture massage, which is customized to you. So I hope you're going to do something in this, not just make the excuse that you don't have time, because everybody has time to put YOU on the schedule. So go ahead and put you on the schedule.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Elmira, for sharing that.
Okay, so Samantha typed out all of Elmira's, but she's going to make me type my own.
You were going too quickly.
I'm sorry. I do talk fast. Okay, so there's 6 of them. It would only let me put 6. But Elmira, great tips. I love you. I was going to show them.
Whole lot of.
Well, it was 7 tips altogether, and I can only do 6. So, okay, there it is. I'm doing the last one now. Elmira, I was going to show the lovely journal that you gave me with my self-care package.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great deal to jump on.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Hold on.
Yes, get over to Another Touch Massage and pick up that self-care boss package before the end of the year. Awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So I'm saving it because, of course, I want to start off at the beginning of the year, but I've already started. But this is going to be my journal for 2016, thanks to my relaxation coach.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I am going to talk about getting yourself organized for 2016. And it's going to be, I'm going to talk first about, coming into the new year, everybody talks about resolutions. And I personally do not believe in resolutions because nobody keeps those. So I say instead set action goals. Set action goals that you want to make happen for that year. And don't wait till January 1st to do this. You can start today. Go ahead, put down some things you want to accomplish next year. Just brainstorm as big and wild. It doesn't matter if it's huge and you're going to need a team to accomplish it. Put it down, get it out of your head, put it down on paper, and then create the action steps behind how to make that happen. Recently, I went to instead of a vision board party, it was an action board party where we put down 3 big goals we wanted to do for the coming year. And then we wrote action steps on the cards of how to accomplish that. So that was very helpful because it went from just putting down, some abstract just to be going through the motions to actually thinking through, okay, if I do this, this, and this, I can actually make this happen next year and not be sitting at this time next year wondering why didn't I get that done because I hadn't planned it out. So set some action goals, not resolutions. January is Get Organized month, and everybody likes to jump, get their closets organized, get their home organized, everything like that. So I say if you're going to start in January to get your home organized or your office, to start small. You want to start where you're at right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whether you're just organizing a small, you might start with like a part of your bedroom, like one side, your bedside table. Start small because as you get one area clean and organized and getting things out and in place, you're going to find that momentum builds and will carry you through the rest of your house. And you can go on my website at organizingguru.com on the catalog page. Yes, on the catalog page, I have a walkthrough called Weekend Organizing that you can do that'll take you through 12 areas of your home to get organized if you're one of those who do it yourselfers and are too embarrassed to have people over, or have somebody like me come in and help you. It's like having me there with you to walk you through. So you can find that at organizingguru.com, and that's my weekend organizing. So start small, start where you are. Do not beat yourself up about being cluttered in your home or your office. I mean, life happens, and it didn't take overnight for your home to get how it is. So it's going to take a little time for you to get your home organized or to get your office organized. Just because you see on TV the organizing programs where it's done in a day, it actually isn't done in a day. I've been on one of those programs, and it's not done in a day. It's actually been done in a week with a whole slew of people. So just start small, start where you are, and just get that momentum rolling to get organized. And I touched on getting help. Get an organizer. If you can't afford an organizer, get a friend to come in and help you. Most people aren't good with family members because usually your family member doesn't understand why you're like you are, or why can't you just get rid of that, or, anything like that. So there's usually conflict if you have a family member come in. But if you have a good friend come in, or just somebody non-objective come in and help you declutter, even just to sit there, especially going through paperwork. If you just have somebody sit there chatting with you, you'll be amazed how much paperwork you can get organized, filed away, scanned, whatever, just by having somebody sitting there with you while you're going through your stuff. I have done that myself when I've had an overwhelming things to organize. I've just had somebody else come in there and sit with me and chat with me, and it just made it fun, and I was able to get through it quickly without, getting stuck on every little piece. So do get help. Do get someone in there to help you go through your things and think rationally about why you might be keeping something, ask you the hard questions, and really have you think about why you're keeping things. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the technology part. There's so much technology, apps, software coming at you all the time, and people are overwhelmed with that, especially when it comes to your business. So I tell you to cut out the noise. Really think about when new apps come out or new whatevers come out, software, really think about how will this help my business? How can this solve a problem I'm having in my business right now? Can this app solve that problem? If it can't, don't get it just because it's the newest thing and everybody has it. And I don't care what software it is or what app it is. If it's not solving a specific problem you're having in your business right now, do not download it. Do not put it on your pad, your tablet, whatever. Just stay away from it. And then that leads me into, if you have apps that are working for you, stick with that, because it's easy when new apps and software come along that you abandon what was working to jump on the new thing. And then you're right back in the same boat where, you're confused about how to make it all work because you abandoned a system that was working. So if you have a system that is working, an app that you're using, say you use Evernote and it's working for you, then stick with Evernote. Don't switch to some other platform just to try it out. Stick with what's working until it's not. And then you go look for something else to try. And I always tell people, just look 2 or 3 apps, to kind of look and play around with, stick with it for about a month or 2 to see how it really works and how it's really working in your business and your life. And then if you have an app on your phone or on your tablet that isn't working for you, that you haven't touched, go ahead and get rid of it, because the more apps and things you have on your phone and computer, it slows it down actually. And, you know, it's just like having too much stuff in your house. You know, it just slows things down. So, you know, you have to declutter your computer and your tablet and your phone just like you declutter your home. Get help, cut out the noise, stick with what is working, avoid the shiny object syndrome, and stick with it at least for 30 days to see if it's going to work for you, and make sure that whatever app you're using or anything new that comes, always ask the right question of, will this solve something that's going on right now that I need solving? Not, oh, this would be good for down the road, or, you know, that would be great, I could do this with that. No, it has to apply to what's going on in your business right now that you have a problem with, that you need. That is how you need to evaluate the apps and not get overwhelmed. And I have some trainings on my website on how to use Canva for business, on Evernote, how to use Evernote for your business. If you are interested, you can find that all at organizingguru.com. And you can sign up for my free, the 5 apps that every entrepreneur on the go should use. You can find that on organizingguru.com. Be sure to grab that. And do we have any questions for either me or Elmira or Valerie?
Any questions at all? So I have a question for you, Samantha.
Okay.
So, you know, I think we're all kind of guilty sometimes of that shiny object syndrome, because we want the latest thing that comes out, the latest application that comes out, and, you know, we may think that it's going to help us. How can we really tell what's best for our business, and how, you know, what's best to help us with our business?
Okay, well, how to really tell is you got to evaluate how you work, what's going on in your business. Like, okay, say you're having trouble in your business right now, like you can't get focused because you have paperwork all over the place, and you know, can't get your hands on what you need when you're out in the field with the client. Well, you will need to be looking for a solution where you can get all that online and in the cloud. And the cloud is nothing but the internet.
The cloud scares me.
Yes, don't be scared of the cloud. Cloud is nothing but, actually, it's a big server somewhere, either in Texas or California, that houses all your information. So that's all the cloud is.
See, you say a big server somewhere, and it's like, where? No.
But it's all protected. It's all protected. But so you would need to look for a solution that, number one, helps you to get paperless. Number two, can be accessed by your phone or tablet when you're out in the field. And number three is easy to learn and use for you on your level. And if it isn't, is there someone available where I can, is there someone available where I can, you know, get the training I need to use it to, like I need to use it.
Right. Okay. Great. Elmira, question for you. So how often would you recommend getting a massage?
So
can you hear me?
Let me open up this. I had muted myself there, so let me open that up. So how often to get a massage is really going to depend on you. You know, I actually set up treatment plans for my individual clients. So it depends on your activity level. It depends on your goals. You know, if one of your goals is to reduce this trigger point in your neck, and we need 3 dedicated sessions once a week for the next 3 weeks, and then we're on a maintenance plan after that, and you're coming once a month, that's really going to be designed, and that's what I do. I customize it to the individual, so it's kind of hard to tell people, oh, you should get a massage once a month. I mean, once a month is pretty basic, but for your level of activity, you may actually need twice a month or once a week. It depends on what you're working on at that time. If you're prepping for a marathon, you got a huge, because I know, prime example, Valerie, you had a huge week-long Awaken Now conference you did, and by the end of that, all the work that you did, you needed a massage. So those types of are gonna those types of things are gonna gauge how often you need a massage, like how stressful is a project you've been working on. You know, so if a massage therapist comes to you and blanketly says, "Oh, I see you," they know nothing about you, they know nothing about your history, but they tell you, oh, you need once a month. How do they know that? They don't even know what your goals are. They don't know what your health history are, contraindications, because it may be you only need a 30-minute session once a week or a 15-minute session once a week, depending on what we're working on. So those are the types of things that I design for people. And a lot of times as the client, because I can say this, I'm the therapist and the client too, because I get massage. A lot of times we as the client like to dictate how often we go, and that's fine, because we do that with everything else. You know, when you're going, you get your oil change every 3,000 miles, but sometimes we may wait till 3,500 or 5,000 miles, depending on we forgot, whatever. Same thing happens with massage. Massage I consider as body maintenance. So sometimes you as the client is going to gauge how often you want to come, depending on finances, what your schedule looks like. So I make that a symbiotic relationship between the client and myself about how often, because we have to come to an agreement on that too. I can sit here all day and design a treatment plan, but if you don't want to do it, I can't make you do it. Just like when either of you are coaching someone on something, they have to decide first they want to move their feet. Absolutely. I can tell them all day, oh, you don't need that program no more. But until they decide to pick up their phone and say, oh, I'm going to delete that, they're not going to do it. Just like with massage, I can tell people all day, oh, come and get your massage. But until they figure out, you know what, my low back has been hurting for 3 years and I ain't done nothing about it. So I think it's time for me to get a massage. So the client has to make the decision as well. I can preach all day, get a massage, come see me, But if you don't want to get it, I can't arrest you and put you on my table, you know. Some people might like it after a while, you know. But I can't, you know, put you in handcuffs and got you on my table. I want people who are willing to get on the table, because once you get on that table, you're gonna be in heaven. So yes, that's how often. It's just gonna vary, and you want to work with your you want to work with your therapist.
I know
how often.
I've been on that table, so I know what it feels like. That's which is why I'm upping my my self-care package starting January, where I'll come twice a month because I need it.
Yes. So and awesome. I'm going to come too because I need it.
Hi there. Well, hi. Is it Shara? Shara? How are you? Do you have any questions? I know you just popped in. But we're talking about how to get your best life for 2016.
We have the mindset coach, Valerie Priester, and the relaxation coach, Elmira Loftin, and I am the technology coach. and organizing guru. So any questions about how to get your mindset together for 2016, or how to take care of yourself better in 2016, or how to get organized either physically or digitally in 2016?
Well, I have a question for Valerie.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Valerie?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So a lot of people I find know what they need to do in terms of, they've had this goal, this dream they want to go after, and especially with the new year starting, they have all the best intentions of starting it. What is the best way of getting them to make that first step? Because a lot of people just say, oh, I'm going to do it, and then they never make the step. And I know you deal with the mindset. What's the way you actually coach that person into making that first step? Because they're just sitting there like, I don't know what to do. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how to make the first step.
Right.
How does it work?
Oftentimes, the reason why we don't make the first step is because we're looking at the big picture. We're looking at, so let's say, we talked about that weight loss journey. So let's say you want to lose 40 pounds, right? So we're looking at, I got to lose 40 pounds. And that may seem insurmountable when you're looking at the big picture. So how I help people to really come to terms with how they need to start on whatever goal it is that they're trying to achieve is start looking at making up your mind what you really want, right? You have to, and we've been saying this since Awaken Now, you have to determine and decide that you're going to be committed, right? And not just interested. Because, right? I mean, I'm just being honest. I've been interested in losing the pounds that I need to lose and not committed. But you got to get committed. That's the first step. And so it's like anything else. You have to make up your mind first. You have to have it in your mind first before you can actually take the steps that you need to take to actually start the journey towards your goal. So the easiest way to do that is to start breaking it down into smaller pieces. I'm sure you've heard the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. One bite at a time. So instead of focusing on, I got to lose 40 pounds, right? Break that down into how many pounds do you need to lose a week, let's say, to reach your goal in 6 months or to reach your goal in 8 months, right? A healthy weight loss goal, of course, is, we've heard, 2 pounds a week. So if you look at that and just focus on, well, I just need to focus on 2 pounds a week. And then take it in baby steps even further than that. I mean, for me, I know that I want to start this journey to get back to, the health that I want, to get rid of the extra weight and everything. And I know that I can't start that like now, because what would be the point, right? If I start now, I'm leaving tomorrow for a trip to go to Memphis. I know I'm going to have barbecue in Memphis. I already know that, right? So what's the point in saying I'm going to start that now? I also know that when Christmas comes, there's going to be eating, there's going to be candy, there's going to be sweets. I'm a big, big sweets fanatic, right? I love sweets. So I know that those things are coming up. So why would I psych myself out and set myself up for failure? Because that's really what you're doing, to say that I'm going to start right now. You may be determined and you may be like ready and you're tired and you're frustrated. That's where I am too. But I know that I can't start that right now. So here's what I decided to do. This week, I decided I'm going to start with a small step. And that is, I must get my 8 glasses of water in every day. Every day. And that's a small step. So by the time I decide that, I'm really going to be committed to this thing starting January, or when I decide to start, I've already tackled one component of reaching that goal, which is you need to drink water, right? So take it in baby steps. Find one thing that you can commit to and make it a small thing. So don't say, I'm going to stop eating all sweets starting tomorrow. That's not possible. Right? So maybe you want to cut it down and say, I'm going to, only have a couple of pieces of candy this week. So take it in baby steps. Start with the baby step. But the key is this: start. The key is this: get in action. That's the only way that you're going to actually start to move towards the goal that you're trying to achieve. You got to get in action. You can't just keep sitting and saying, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. I'm determined to do it. I'm ready to do it. You got to get in action, no matter how small that action is. Take baby steps.
Awesome.
hope that helps.
Hey, Shell Hammer says, don't focus on what you can't have. Focus on what you can have.
Very good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the mindset things that you want to do, whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever goal you're trying to reach. Don't focus on what you can't have, because the more you focus on what you can't have, the more you're going to want that. The more you're going to want that. Every time I focus on, oh, I know I can't have sweets. I want candy all day long. I want cookies all day long. Right? It is hard to get out of your mind, because think about it. When you were little, when you were kids, right? And remember your parents would say, don't touch that. Don't do this, don't do that. What did you want to do? You wanted to touch that very thing because you were curious. You wanted to know, and your mind led you there. So whatever it is that you tell yourself you can't have or you can't do, your mind is going to lead you to that very thing because you're focused on it. What you focus on grows.
Exactly.
Good point, Casey.
We have 5 more minutes. Any more questions? For any one of us? Yeah.
You're an informed coach. Okay. And that's one of our big things. Very good. I like that. And then she says, that's when you want it more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. When you focus on it, that's when you want it more. So any other questions? I'm having a moment.
So ladies, why don't we each of us share one of our big goals for 2016. Wasn't ready for that.
I was not ready for that. But I got a great one. One of my big goals for 2016 is one of the points that Samantha mentioned, and that is seek help. Get help. Right? So one of my biggest goals for 2016 is to get help. I'm searching for a VA right now, someone to come in and help me, because I know that my year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to explode with growth, and I'm not going to be able to do all the things in my business that I try to do, because we tend to think that we're super women and we can do it all, and we tend to think that no one else can do it better than we can. So I am letting go of that myth and seeking help. That's my biggest goal.
Okay. Now Myra jumped off. One of my big goals, I'm looking up at my action board that I did.
Hey.
Okay. Is to publish my book, Pushing Past Procrastination, which I've been procrastinating on. So I did an action step of having that launched by February the 1st. So
great.
That is one of my big goals.
Woo-hoo.
Shara Cut and Color says, what are some things to help with daily stress?
That would be an Elmira question, but I can help you a little bit in that one of the things you want to look at is really, what are the things that are stressing you out the most? And get a handle on, what is it? What is stressing me out? And why is it stressing you out? Now, Elmira can help you with, some relaxation tips on how to relax and kind of get through that. But here's the thing. If you haven't identified what your stressors are, right, you can do all the relaxation tips you want. It's still going to come back because you haven't identified what's causing the stress. So identify what's causing it. And then when you can clearly identify it, you're then able to look at ways that you can eliminate it, along with some relaxation tips if Elmira comes back in to give them to you.
I know. She might be on the move.
Yeah. She is out and about. Did that help you? Some, at least? Good.
Okay, said he works with Elmira. Meditation is another way. Yes.
Very good way. Very good way. I do meditation.
I know you do that too, Valerie.
Every morning. Every morning. I have to. Meditation and prayer. How to meditate? Ooh, that's a big question. Meditation can be hard for some people because sometimes it's hard for people to just settle down long enough to meditate. But here's the one thing that I struggled with when I first started meditating, and most people struggle with a lot. Oh, great, MR's coming back. Is we tend to think that, we have to totally quiet our mind. And that's really impossible to do because your mind is always active. It's always moving, right? But you have to not fight against it. And that's the one thing that I learned that really helps me to be able to get in a relaxed state and meditate. Don't fight against the thoughts and the things that are coming in your mind. Acknowledge them, but let them pass. Because the more you fight against it, it's just like what we talked about earlier. The more you focus on what you can't have and what you can't do, the more it grows. And so the more you fight against the thoughts that you're having, while you're trying to meditate, the more those thoughts are going to continue to grow and keep coming. So a lot of times when people start to meditate, they sit there and they think, I got to quiet my mind. I got to quiet my mind. Well, all this chatter comes into your mind, right? And so you start thinking about, man, I should be doing my laundry. I should probably be cooking dinner already. You should be doing all these other things. And so just learn to allow your mind to go wherever it is trying to go, but just accept it. And what I do is I visualize the thoughts just passing by me and just letting them go and not fighting it. Thinking too much. Absolutely. And that's what your mind is. That's what it's for. It's supposed to think, right? So just don't fight it. Just sit. And here's the thing too. Don't put, again, the undue pressure on yourself to say, I'm going to meditate for an hour a day, and you have never meditated, or that you don't know how to meditate. Take it in small baby steps. You may only meditate for 10 minutes a day. Take it in small steps. Just sit as long as you can in silence and in quietness, right? And that may only be 2 minutes, but hey, that's 2 minutes more than what you did do. And then next week, you try to up that by a minute or up that by 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Just don't put undue stress and pressure on yourself to do something that it's going to be difficult for you to do right out the gate. So Elmira, actually, her question was really for you too, is how to, can we go back to that question?
What are some things to help with daily stress? Can you hear us, Elmira?
Oh, she may not be able to hear us. Can you hear us, Elmira?
Like it's going in and out.
When I meditate, I focus on relaxing each body part. And when my mind wanders to laundry and other chores, I refocus and take deep breath, go back to each body part, relaxing. Yeah, very good. Very good. And paying attention to your breathing is good too. I like that you focus on your breath, because when you focus on the breathing, the in and out, that takes your mind off of all the other stuff you're thinking about too. So try it. Elmira, can you hear us? Can't hear us.
Still kind of frozen. Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I can't hear you.
I think it's the internet connection.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there she is. Well, she's trying.
Go out, Elmira, and come back in. I kicked her out.
Maybe she'll come back. Oh, you kicked her out. What?
Well, just so she could log back in.
Got it. Any other questions? There she goes.
This was good. This was good.
That's good.
Yeah, once we get past the kinks. Oh, journaling and writing letters to those who make you mad to rid yourself of the negative feelings. That's a good one too.
Very good one. Very good one. I instruct my clients to do that too. Very good.
Oh, I'm a big journaler.
Yes.
I only seem to journal when bad things are happening.
Yeah, you got to get into journaling all the time, even when the good stuff, because you need to have the good stuff to look at too, right?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, you don't give the letters, just get the feeling out. Absolutely. I instruct them to burn the letters. Because some letters you don't want to give to people. you just want to get the feeling out of you, right? Elmira, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay.
So
yeah, I like what Casey was saying about the letters. That's good. I actually did that practice with a previous coach, and it helped me to resolve some hard feelings that I had with my dad. So that's an excellent thing with the letter. And I missed out because you all were talking about goals for next year. And my big
what
goal.
Is your big goal?
What's that?
I was saying, what is your big goal for next year?
I have Yeah, I have themes for the year. So next year my theme is family first. So that's my theme for next year, because I found like this year I was just working a lot, work. So I want to do more things to keep in touch with my family, with them being out of state, calling more, make it a point to call more instead of letting 5 days go by and I haven't talked to anybody. So that's my theme for next year. Family first. I have to, keep, and that's going to be my focus. So everything, like this year, my theme was next level. So everything was about taking me and my business to the next level. So next year is going to be family first. That's my theme. I don't really call it a goal. It's more of a theme,
Yeah.
So everything is around that.
Good.
Cool.
We had a question for you, too, from she's I don't want to butcher your name. Shara Cut and Color asked, "What are some things to help with daily stress?" Oops, can you hear us, Elmira?
What are some things to help with what? I missed that.
Daily
stress. Daily stress. She keeps going in and out.
I know. Right when we need to get her to answer the question.
Yeah, and I can't hear. Yeah, I can't hear anything either. Okay, it looks like. All right.
I'll type it in.
What are some things? What?
Tips. We're typing it in.
Okay. Can you hear us? There you go.
What are some tips for daily stress? Oh, some tips for daily stress. One of the big ones is Epsom salt. I mean, this is for physical stress. Epsom salt is wonderful, and you can use it on your hands. You can soak in it. All of that. It just takes away any type of physical stress. In terms of like mental stress, you need to do some things to detox, because a lot of times your stress comes from not having a proper work-life balance. You're working too much, so you're stressed in that area, and it's pulling you in different directions. And I have an acronym for stress. It's something that ruins emotional and structural stability. So when you're off balance and you're working, you're doing this one task too much, you need to go left. You need to go in the opposite direction and do something playful. Get out from under your computer. If you can, get away from the kids. Maybe it's the kids that are stressing you out, or the husband. Whatever it is that's stressing you out, take a break from it. That's daily, and if it's daily stress and you find that it is affecting your life too much, maybe there's something you need to do to change the situation, and that's when you need to contact Valerie. There might be an on problem that you really need to deal with, because sometimes we think stress is normal. Oh, we're supposed to be stressed. There are good forms of stress, like, for example, the anxiety of putting on this lab today. That's like good stress, because we know we're pressing toward a goal. But sometimes we put ourselves through undue stress, like when you go home every day and like your husband's always getting on your nerve. Why is he getting on your nerves? You got to figure that thing out. Is it from you harboring stuff from a year ago? And like Casey was saying, you might need to write that letter and get rid of that feelings, or have that conversation with the husband, because we sit here and deal with stuff Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, daily stress. Why are we even dealing with it? This is something you might need to dump in the trash can. Just get rid of it. If it's a bad job, why keep going to the job stressing you out? Why you keep going to the same client? This client make you mad every time you talk to them, or every time they come see you. You can fire that client. I mean, we sit gets me hyped, and because I'm like, why are you dealing with this stuff every day? And some people like to live in stress. I don't like to live in stress. So if it's something you keep consistently dealing with, you need to analyze it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being a super, like Shara Cutting Color said, being a super mom and a wife. There, we have these terms in our culture that we're supposed to aspire to, and it's kind of silly. Super mom. There ain't no super moms. We try to be super mom and think we got S on our chest. Yes, we can be great, but that doesn't mean you need to be going around trying to do everything. I'm a super mom. I'm a wife. I'm the business. You telling yourself you all this stuff, and when all you really need to be is just you. Mm-hmm. So that's how you deal with the daily stress. You might need to dump something in the trash, and if it's physical stress, like you're standing on your feet all day, get that Epsom salt. And then thirdly, analyze your work-life balance. Are you working too much? Are you playing too much? Are you, doing too much in this area? You got to really reflect on that and find out if it's something that you are doing that is stressing you out. Because society puts too much responsibility on women. Men too, Casey. It's the women and the men. But just because society is telling us to do it, don't mean we have to listen. Set your own rules. Set your own path. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, and I answered it in the beginning while you were kind of going in and out, and I told it the first thing is you got to identify what is stressing you out, right? So that you can learn how to navigate through that or get rid of it. Here's a story, a really interesting story about what we as women sometimes allow to stress us out, and even men too. But I remember that, like, I used to always put the water bottles, like you buy bottled water, right? And we recycled in Michigan. And so I would always put my empty water bottles right by the table that's leading out to the garage, instead of going in the garage, putting it in the recycle bin. I just put it on the table because I knew my husband would take it out, right? So my husband, when he makes his coffee in the morning, he would always leave the little empty packets of Splendor on the counter for making his coffee. Right? So it used to irritate the heck out of me. And I was like, oh my God, why does he always leave these empty packets on the counter? And it would just irritate me. I mean, I get so stressed out about it, right? I wouldn't nag him if I said it, but I was internally getting stressed out about it. And so finally, one day I said to him, why is it you always have to leave these empty packs on the counter for me to put in the garbage can? So you know what his response was? The same reason you leave your empty bottles on the table for me to take them out to the recycle bin, right? So I had to step back and I had to look at this and say, okay, in the grand scheme of things, is it really that important that he's leaving the empty packets on the table for me to put them in the garbage? In the grand scheme of things. And it really wasn't that important, but I was stressing myself out over it. And then here's the other thought that I really had to have with myself was, I'm so concerned about him leaving the empty packets on the counter. What if something happens and he's no longer here at all? Mm-hmm. And he's no longer here to leave the empty packets, right? What if he gets called home to glory and he's no longer here? That would cause me more devastation than anything. So I had to let it go and say, you know what? Leave the empty packets. I'm happy to put them in the garbage. I'm happy to. And I continue to leave my empty bottles so he would, be happy to put them out in the recycle too. So it's really just looking at what's stressing you out.
Awesome. Okay. And a brain dump is just putting down whatever's in your mind on paper or typing it into a Word document or Evernote or whatever, whether that's everything you have to do, what's bothering you. It's literally dumping out your brain of everything. So that's what a brain dump is.
Oh, I like
ladies.
Kay's long message there. Women are supposed to work and take care of kids and take care of house and husband and cook and clean. Men are supposed to work and come home. Women have a harder time relaxing than men because they have too much stress from all the responsibilities they have. Yeah, although I don't agree with all that, but Because who says women are supposed to do that? I know that's what society says. I know that's what society says. And again, that's all about what you accept, in your life. Because I remember when my husband retired and I was still working, he took on all of the responsibilities in the house, all of them: cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping, everything. So it's really, you have to stop looking at society. Like Elmira said, stop taking on what society says has to be the way that you run things in your household. You run your household in the way that it works for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yes, I know that's what you mean.
Okay, well, if there's no more questions, we will wrap this up. It's 1:15.
We did get started a little late, so.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Great blab.
Yes, and I want to applaud you too for your first blab. We got to do more.
Thank you for hosting.
You worked through the fear.
Yes. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you. To nap then to work. Oh, yes. I'm off to pick up my daughter from school, so I don't even get to take a nap.
I got to get work done because I'm leaving town tomorrow. So
yeah, you're finna relax.
Yes, I am. I got to get the work in first today, though, so I can earn the relaxation. And when I come back, I'll probably need to go see Elmira. So
yes, to relax on the vacation.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a great way to, in the car rider lane. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great way to multitask.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
Oh, we were saying where we're finna go. Valerie said she was gonna need you to relax her after she gets back from her vacay.
Oh, yes. Back from vacation.
Yes. Oh, school bus. Ooh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
He's being around little kitties. Okay. Oh, good. Try the bath salt. That should work.
Yeah, do that. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Signing off. Bye, Elmira. Thank you. Bye, Valerie. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us, and catch the replay, to get these great tips. Thank you. See you later. Bye.